And thanks for joining us. I'm Diane Lee in for Gordon Dill tonight. And 7 News is your election headquarters. Of course, we've got a big day going on tomorrow, the Democratic primary in South Carolina. Tonight, one of the front runners in the race visited Spartanburg one day after Bernie Sanders had visited Spartanburg. And we're going to be talking to Melanie Palmer now with more on that. Melanie, fill us in on what Joe Biden had to say tonight.
Yeah, Diane, talk of more jobs with higher pay and benefits, better health care, and climate change. Now, those are just a couple of things that the former vice president touched on tonight while speaking in this building behind me here on WOFFORD's campus. And between explaining why he believes he would be a good fit for the president of the United States, he was also quick to criticize President Donald Trump. A bustling crowd listening closely to former Vice President Joe Biden's words as he explains why he should be the next president of the United States.
This election is bigger than a Democratic president, bigger than a Democratic nomination. It's about the country, character. The character of the country is literally on the ballot.
Biden touching on a series of key issues, including working to stop climate change. In fact, he told the crowd the first thing he plans to do if he gets elected president is rejoin the Paris Climate Accord.
The next president of the United States is going to have to be ready on day one to try to figure out how to put the world back together again.
His words reverberating through a packed room on WOFFORD's campus.
Joe has always been my candidate ever since he made the announcement. During the presidency of Obama, he was our vice president. I loved President Obama and Joe, and I really feel that he is going to be the one that can make a difference in our country.
I've really been inspired by Biden's work, especially when he accepted being the vice president for Obama.
Supporters like JENNA YEAGER and FARR eager to get to the polls tomorrow. Other people like the Spartanburg man David Bolkin just here to listen.
I just want to see him. You know, they're at the debates. You hear everything. He can't get a word in edgewise, so I figured we'll see him here.
But between answering questions from the crowd, Biden also expressing his concern for the current administration, claiming he will work towards building stronger relationships with foreign leaders.
Can't afford to let Donald Trump have 4 more years. No, I'm being deadly earnest here.
As for our Spartanburg man who tells us he already sent in an absentee vote, he tells us he is not too happy about any of the candidates.
I don't think anyone is really great.
Now, the former vice president wanted to also express his gratitude towards South Carolinians. In fact, he said if he does end up winning the South Carolina primaries tomorrow, he would even consider moving here. Live in Spartanburg, Melanie Palmer, 7 News.
Thank you, Melanie. And we have just learned that Biden will be visiting a polling place in Greenville tomorrow morning. He'll visit Phyllis Wheatley Community Center at 7:30, and then he'll be in Columbia as the